Hi everybody, it's me, Jacob, library technician at the Longview Public Library. And today I'm going to show you our 8th and final craft video, Cat Castles. This week is going to be a little bit different because for our Cat Castle craft, we are not going to be giving out craft packets. But I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to make your own from home and give you some idea of the supplies that would be handy to have. So, a box cutter or an X-Acto knife with some adult supervision is handy. A pair of scissors, and a hot glue gun, again with adult supervision. And if you don't have a hot glue gun at home, you can use like packing tape or some strong like industrial tape that's gonna stick to the boxes really well. So this is my first example. I did a simple cat castle with only 2 boxes. So from the side here, you can see that I've got this one, this larger one is the base, and then I took this smaller one and I tilted it up on its end to kind of serve as the top of the castle here. And so the reason why I did this was the bigger one obviously will help support the top part. I cut this part out using the X-Acto knife, and then that way the cat can crawl in here and sleep. And I had this back part like this, and I cut off the flaps on the sides and the top. I left the one on the bottom because this gives this area more surface area to keep the glue and help it stick better. But this little spot, so if the cat wanted to like crawl up and like sleep behind here, they could hide. And then I just took these, some of the flaps and cut them to make these like little decorative turrets at the top. So this is my finished cat castle. It just needs some hot glue to put it all together. So what I did is I made a mirrored version of the cat castle I just showed you, and I put it on the other side, so that way it was kind of symmetrical. And then I built this base here, which is composed of this big box on the bottom, kind of a medium-sized box, and then this one here where I cut the lid and all the flaps off the top, so that way the cat could like jump in the top. And you know, here's Pete the Cat and his groovy cat castle. One box is behind here that you can't see, and this is just around the back, so that way the cat has something else they can jump up onto to get into the top. Okay, so now that you've seen my cat castle, hopefully that's inspired you to make your own and give you some idea of the kinds of things you can do with it. There's plenty of other options online as well, and we do have one cat castle book in the library as well that we'll put in the description. Once you've finished making your cat castle, you can choose to decorate it with stuff like markers or stickers or construction paper, or you can make other designs out of the cardboard that you cut off. It's really, possibilities are endless. And if you don't have a cat, you can always make one that's on a smaller scale for something like a hamster or whatever critter you have at your house. So we've got some book recommendations to go along with this week's craft. And the first one, a picture book, is called Iggy Peck Architect by Andrea Beatty, illustrated by David Roberts, and this was published by Abrams Books for Young Readers. And it's about this character, Iggy Peck, who is an architect. And it goes on about how, like, the different things that he's building and how important master builders are to the different architecture around the world. Our next book is a children's nonfiction book called Why Do Cats Meow? And this is by cat expert Dr. Nick Crumpton and illustrated by Lily Snowden Fine. And it was published by Thames and Hudson. And this is sort of like a companion book to Why Do Dogs Sniff Butts, but this is the cat's version. So this just has all kinds of information about our feline pets, including how to pet them, why they stay out of the water, why they destroy stuff. It's really interesting. Our next book is another children's nonfiction book, but this one's a crafting book. And it's called Out of the Box, and it's by Gemma Westing, published by DK. And this one has some ideas that you can use for your cat castle insofar as you can make some like intricate designs and like little details that you can add into the cat castle. And additionally, it just adds maybe some other ideas that you can use to build other things as well with cardboard. Our YA book is a graphic novel called Nothing Can Possibly Go Wrong by Prudence Shen and Faith Erin Hicks, and published by First Second. And it's about a robotics team and a cheerleading team that go to the same high school that are fighting for funding for a robotics competition and new cheerleading uniforms, respectively. And the main character who gets caught up in the middle and kind of has to deal with like which side he's going to take in the dispute. And there's a lot of interesting scenes about like the robotics and like how they're built, and then also some cool fight scenes, and it's just like a funny like high school themed book. And last is this Cat Castle book that I don't actually have with me, but because it's checked out, but you can put this one on hold for when it comes back, and it's just all about like different cat castle crafts that you can build that'll get like more in depth and get like really interesting and like intricate for the kinds of things that you can do. So if you want to do like a more like elaborate cat castle, this is a great book for you. Thanks everybody for watching this video. We hope you enjoy making your own cat castles. Remember that there's no craft packet this week. You're gonna have to make do with the supplies that you have at home. And this is also the last craft video of summer reading, but we will be back in October with more content for you.